Do you feel like you're never good enough? Do people make fun of you or put you down? It can be really hard to have self-confidence. On top of that, statistics confirm that success has more to do with confidence than competence. So here are some tips to gain self-confidence. In today's video, we're going to be talking about tips to gain self-confidence. Before we begin though, make sure to subscribe to Inspirational Vibe and hit the bell icon for notifications. Now let's get into it. 1. Fake it till you make it. To be confident, you must first pretend to be confident. Some animals mimic bravery in the presence of peril in the wild. You do too. Self-hypnosis is ineffective. Our brain compares and analyzes our expectations with our real-life experiences and circumstances. If these two elements are not in sync, the brain becomes mismanaged and you start to feel stress. Anxiety and unpleasant ideas appear as a result of this, causing your confidence to wane. So how can we react? Prepare for an exciting event by practicing in front of a mirror. Pay attention to both your tone of voice and facial expressions, and looking at others favorably as well as enjoying engaging with them. This will give the brain enough reason to believe that our positive attitude is based on a good external condition, and confidence will naturally emerge. 2. Remember that you expect more from yourself than others expect of you. The good news is that the whole world will believe what you show. Thank God no one can read your thoughts. No one knows about your fears and anxiety. The bad news is that you may misinterpret any sideways glance, every random word, and any person's reaction to your actions, and then fuel your anxiety for no reason at all. Psychologists advise you to listen to your inner voice. Don't worry, no one will persuade you to try self-hypnosis. Try out a little experiment for 1 week. Keep track of what exact words and ideas go round in your head when you don't feel confident. Cognitive behavior therapy or dialectical behavior therapy may also help with that. You may be one step closer to taming your internal dialogue by recording and analyzing it. It's also useful to note and keep on hand a list of your accomplishments, events that have made you feel significant, and so on. Take a 3-minute break whenever your inner critic goes overboard. Pick up a list and remind yourself how terrific you can be. Our brains naturally consider the most negative potential risks first, even if they're unreasonable. So to counter this effect, present them with tangible evidence that you are safe and okay. 3. Take care of your physical condition. I understand that it's a cliche to say that you need to take care of your health, but this cliche has become so for a very good reason. Have you ever been perplexed as to why many excellent leaders participate in sports? If you overwork, eat fast food, sleep insufficient hours, and lead a mostly sedentary lifestyle, it becomes more difficult to display your finest self to the world. You don't have to spend all day training. Taking a 30-minute walk from work to home, or climbing the stairs to the 10th floor, or doing some push-ups in your free time might be enough to release some endorphins. Make modest adjustments in your regular routine at first and get used to them gradually. In order to effectively alleviate stress, you must allow difficulties and stress into your life in small doses. Taking on too little is just as bad as taking on too much. Small doses of stress allow you to learn and deal with stress or challenges without being overwhelmed. 4. Manage your internal dialogue. Do you know why most individuals' communication abilities are so poor? Because they're preoccupied with their thoughts. Instead of focusing on the other person and demonstrating their attitude, they consider what would be clever or at least not dumb to say next. The primary cause of this behavior is that they are just unprepared. If you haven't prepared enough to show your finest side, it's really hard to be genuinely confident. Consider the people you're speaking with. What do they truly want? What's keeping them from getting what they want? How can you assist them? If you concentrate on assisting your interlocutor, you'll be free of worry and will receive the same real interest in return. This approach is worth utilizing to promote your services or to impress at any event. Spend some time learning about the subject and your target audience. Every hour spent on this task will provide you a far greater return. What happens when you get one? You guessed it, you'll develop long-term, genuine self-confidence. 5. Reframe the concept of failure. What's an intimidating term that paralyzes even top performers and prevents them from achieving their goals? Failure. Those who are perfectionists by nature are plagued with a constant dread of doing something incorrectly, or in other words, failing. Our lives will inevitably have setbacks, yet we may learn much from them. In fact, you are not obtaining any new information if you never make mistakes. Ramit Seti's quote should be engraved on your memory. It isn't a failure, it's a test. You're just checking to see whether it will work. And once you know this, you can go on and search for methods that will bring about the desired result. And most importantly, when you come to your senses after another failure, you realize that you do not feel empty. After all, these experiences allow you to face your fears and achieve your objectives in the future. 6. Environment and social support. To see that people believe you are good enough, enlist the help of a friend, sibling, or even your mother. They can remind you of all the things you've done well and how proud they are of you. Don't just pick flaws out when looking at yourself in the mirror. Make sure to concentrate on why life isn't so bad rather than how terrible it is. Before doing anything for oneself, do something for someone else. No one wants to deal with selfish individuals. Make sure that when others compliment your appearance, accomplishments, or lifestyle decisions, you don't dismiss their words as insincere flattery. Rather, you should accept those compliments with sincerity because there may be some truth behind their statements. However, keep in mind that there is always room for improvement. Instead of dwelling on your failures and kicking yourself when you're already down, try to learn from the situation so you don't repeat it. Have faith in your abilities. Also, keep in mind that Rome wasn't built in a day, so be patient with yourself. Allow time for things to develop naturally, and eventually, bingo, your hard work will absolutely pay off. 7. Read the right type of literature. Here is where Stoic literature comes in to help you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The quality of your thoughts has a direct impact on the quality of your life. The happiness of your life is determined by the content of your thoughts. Your beliefs and perceptions about things determine your reality. On a psychological level, the way you react to situations may be influenced by your ideas." Ancient Stoics understood this powerful tool, and they understood that only we have any say in how we respond to any circumstance in our lives. Once you recognize that you have complete control over what you think, you can make adjustments in your life. Failure is an inescapable component of life, as any reasonable human being knows. I'm sure that there are folks you look up to who have had difficulties in the past and may still be suffering from low self-esteem today. It's easy to become disheartened after a few setbacks, but these setbacks also help build self-confidence. Failures leave scars on our characters that help us develop. They motivate you to advance and improve because you are taking action towards your objectives. Lighten up. Failure is the illumination required to determine where you need to improve. Finally, please always keep in mind that things out of your control aren't worth worrying about. Remembering to distinguish between what you have control over and what you do not is perhaps the most essential tool to reduce worry from your life. Epictetus once stated, "The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choice I control. Where then do I look for good and evil? Not to uncontrollable externals, but within myself to the choices that are my own." You are only wasting time and energy if you are constantly concerned about the future or the past, because the past and future are ideas we cannot influence. So there you have it. With these tips, you'll be on your way to gaining more self-confidence in no time at all. Just remember to take things slow. Don't be too hard on yourself, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. Please let us know in the comments section below what advice has aided you in the past and what advice you would give to people who struggle with self-confidence. Also, please hit the like button to let us know if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to subscribe to Inspirational Vibe and hit the bell icon to notify you whenever we post new content. Thanks for watching.